there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're going to talk about the night and day response of Monique's Club Shay Shay interview with Shannon Sharpe compared to Cat Williams' Club Shay Shay interview with Shannon Sharpe. With Cat Williams, it was he's standing on business. He is shut down 2024. 2024 is the year of truth and exposure and all of the things, right? And Monique literally has similar, if not the same exact stories about some of the same people that Cat Williams talked about in his interview. And Monique is being called bitter. Monique is being called and accused of just quote unquote riding Cat Williams' coattails and name dropping Cat Williams. And there's attacks on her looks, on her weight, and all of these other things, and it has nothing to do with what she said in the actual interview. And it's clear, Stephen A. D.L. Hughley, you guys are frat brothers, you want to back each other, whatever. But this, in fact, is the problem. You guys cannot handle when certain people speak out. And by certain people, I mean confident black women. Notice how you guys all rallied around Taraji P. Henson when she is crying and having a breakdown, but she is saying the exact same things Monique has been saying for years. But because of who the messenger was, because it was coming from Monique, and because Monique was not breaking down crying and being, subtle and saying it in a certain tone and a certain cadence and approach, she doesn't get the same support. And here's the thing, black women are the lowest paid, regardless of any field, you guys. And regardless how much education and experience we have, we're the lowest paid. So if you're already the lowest paid to start, and you have movers and shakers such as a Tyler Perry, such as an Oprah, who have the power to dictate on whether or not you can be in certain movies and TV shows and specials, of course you're going to feel a certain way after several years, and you know that you've lost out on millions of dollars when specifically Oprah herself has literally taken your roles. When Tyler Perry himself is literally putting calls into other producers and other directors, telling them not to work for Monique because she is difficult to work with. And then Tyler Perry, admitting on audio that he did this. So this isn't a lie. Monique's not lying. She did clarify the D.L. Hughley stuff with her husband on live the other day. But everything else she's backed up with receipts. She showed receipts of the trailers that were blowing up and stuff. She showed that on her Instagram in exposing Will Packer. And talked about, Kevin Hart and her experiences with him as well. And how basically he, initially was all supportive of her, and then some people got in his ear, and then he distanced himself from her. So this notion that, Monique doesn't have a right to be upset is completely and utterly ludicrous. And for those of you that are saying, oh, well, this is stuff that Monique has already said before, well, here's the thing. She didn't have 2 hours and 55 minutes and 20 seconds to really detail a lot of these things prior to. And a lot of you didn't know how lowballed she truly was getting on these TV shows, on these movie roles, and everything else. And how much she was being sabotaged. This notion where we're supposed to just, keep showing up, never say anything. You don't want to piss off the masses. But if you're still getting blocked from opportunities and you see other people elevating and you're still here, there's an issue. And you see people lying on you that have the power, that have the money, that have the means to not do that to you, you'd feel a certain type of way. There's no bitterness with Monique. She said what she said. She got it off her chest, and it is what it is. But this notion where some of you didn't even watch the interview, and you were mad at who Monique is calling out. You were mad at what Monique is saying about some of your faves. Some of your people that are, that are the gatekeepers. Oh no, we can't have that. But Cat Williams said some of the same things about the same people. And it was, Cat Williams shut it down. Cat Williams never told a lie. Cat Williams is standing on business. Cat Williams is about to blow up again. And the gag is, him and Monique have very similar stories and what they've went through in Hollywood for not trying to sell out or do something against their morals and values to make hundreds of millions of dollars. But some of your faves can't say that. But this thing about, black unity, it doesn't exist. It does not exist because the behavior that is being displayed on some of these, reactions to Monique's interview, it's coming from a different place. It is coming from a different place, and it's because you feel a way that you can't say the things that Monique has said. And that the moment that you try to pull a Cat Williams and speak your truth, you're going to be shut down. You're not going to get those checks anymore. And the real, if we want to keep it a buck, is Monique is about to have the second most watched Club Shay Shay interview behind Cat Williams, and there's nothing you can do about it. But again, like Monique has said, like Cat Williams has said, if you don't like what was said in the Club Shay Shay interview, you, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, DL Hughley, all of y'all can go on Club Shay Shay and provide receipts to refute what Cat Williams and what Monique has said. But you're not going to. Why? You'd rather complain on your own podcast, on your own radio show, and say a whole lot of nothing and throw out insults about people's weight and being bitter and how they look, than actually getting to the meat of what Monique was trying to say. Instead of actually getting to the facts of what was actually said in this interview. This is the same Stephen A. Smith that said Ayesha Curry needed to sit down and be quiet and needed to shut up and needed to be more like Savannah James LeBron's wife and not say anything as an NBA wife and girlfriend. That got himself suspended because what do you mean women can't speak out? What do you mean women can't express their own opinion? How dare you? And this is the problem. You wanted Monique to just sit there and continue to accept scraps. And this is an Oscar winner. This is somebody who had a TV show within the first 3 months of living in LA, which is unheard of. Being in blockbuster movies. Being on the Queens of Comedy. She, at her height, really her weight was irrelevant. At her height, she was at her heaviest probably. As far as all of the, how booked and busy she was. But she literally was supposed to be Cookie Lion on Empire. Until, word got out, Tyler Perry said that you're difficult to work with. And so people are like, Monique's going to get blackballed. She already was blackballed. But by her speaking out on the discrepancies in pay, on the sabotage that was taking place, it actually has gotten her more opportunities. She's on BMF, which is 50 Cent's show on Stars. Lee Daniels and her made up, and he put her in a movie. And now, 24 hours after the interview aired, she announced that she's going on tour with Cat Williams. So, yes, the money is there. The bag is there for Monique. Because here's the thing. People didn't have all this information before. And here's the thing. You have to take into account the nearly 3 million subscribers to Club Shay Shay are not knowing all the history that Monique has been through. That is also the reason that it's doing numbers, as well as some of the details in the other information some of you didn't know that is being provided with the proper context and receipts. But this notion that Monique should just shut up because you don't like that it's against Oprah or Tyler Perry or Kevin Hart is bogus. But you didn't have that same energy for Cat Williams. You were like, oh, Cat Williams, shut it down. Cat Williams is exposing comedy and how these comedians work and how messy they are. But because it's Monique, it's, oh, she's bitter. She needs to shut up. She needs to stop it. She needs to lose weight. Blah, 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 blah. You're telling on yourself. Because you can't say the things that Monique just said. And that's really why you're bothered. And you know some of the things that Monique is saying is true. But you can't say that because these are your friends. These are your celebrity friends that you don't want to lose access to. That you don't want to miss an opportunity from because they have the money and the connections. So you got your orders to go on your platforms and just attack and malign Monique. And it's not okay. Unless you're going to give an actual detailed review of the interview and actually detail exactly what Monique said in the interview and give an opinion on that, I can't take you seriously. And I'm not going to take you seriously. Because it is showing that you are simply a hater. And that you don't like who Monique is talking about. And the fact that she didn't break down and cry and seem, a certain type of way for you to accept her truth. No. Here's the thing. We're not monolithic, people. I say this in a ton of my videos. We're never going to always agree on things or what have you. But at least if you disagree, can you at least give a supporting opinion as to why? But the name calling of Monique and coming for her weight and her looks is cheap shots and had nothing to do with the interview. And calling her bitter, calling her angry, all of the negative stereotypes that black women have to deal with that are supposed to just deal with everything anyways and not say or do anything is bogus. But we have to do better because this isn't it. I have never seen so many men go on these platforms and just completely malign Monique and admitted that they didn't even watch the entire interview. And some of their takes have nothing to do with the interview. Like I said, or about Monique's looks. Everybody can't be lying if multiple people have similar stories about how Oprah moves. If multiple people have similar stories on how Kevin Hart moves. That's their experience. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. Just because they're an A-lister, just because they're one of the highest paid comedians out right now, that doesn't mean that they're this perfect person, that they may have not done anything shady behind the scenes, that they may have not sabotaged other people behind the scenes, that they may not been two-faced behind the scenes, that they may not taken other people's roles behind the scenes to get themselves better opportunities. But to get on these platforms and just attack Monique and just attack her character and all these things because you don't like what she said is just lame. Unless you're going to support exactly what she said in the interview and back up with your own opinion as to why, instead of just taking cheap shots, I am not taking anything you're saying seriously. Especially from people who already have negative views on women to begin with. And who have already been suspended from their shows based off of negative comments about women. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.